My name is Jeff St. Laurent, and I help coaches transition to a full-time business. I've been doing this for 20 years now. One thing I've learned about this business is it's not passive business. It's an active business. What does that mean? Active means you've got to get out there. You've got to speak. And speaking face-to-face, virtually, I always push people face-to-face if it's a possible thing. But either way, you got to get out there and speak. But more importantly, from there, you've got to engage in conversations. You've got to ask people. You've got to be asking for referrals. You've got to be asking for business. You're going to be asking for speaking engagements. You're going to be asking for brainstorming, asking for ideas, asking for help, networking, building relationships, getting into people into your email community, sending emails out, checking out who's clicking links, following up with those people. In a networking setting, it's engaging with people, and then it's asking for, hey, I noticed you're well networked, or you're a very social person. It sounds like you've got a strong network. Would you be willing to sit down with me so I can share a little bit more about what I'm doing? So maybe I can get some help on ideas, or we could have a brainstorming session on how, I could get out there more, how I could speak more. If you're sitting behind your computer, working on your website, posting things, not engaging and interacting with people, that's being passive. You're sending an email out, or you're making that post, or you know what I mean? Or you're just behind the scenes on social media and doing some of those other elements. That's passive. Passive doesn't get you paid. Active gets you paid. And it's a long game. Don't get me wrong. It's not like, I'm just going to go out there and start getting business. It's understanding and seeing opportunities. But right now, we've got to be active. We've got to ask. We've got to do those things that I just mentioned there. And we've got to start to understand where the opportunities are. And we've also, with our asking and our conversations, we've got to be specific. We got to be dialed in. We can't be too general and broad and passive with the ask, right? There's another element of passive, right? It's if we're too general and with our ask, people aren't going to be able to respond because they're not going to know how to respond because you're not asking them for anything. So it's really being more dialed in, more direct, more specific. We can still be respectful and be direct. We can still ask for what we want and be courteous to people. It's just a matter of knowing what we're looking for. And it's working on that craft, practicing that skill set so we get better and more comfortable with it. And the more comfortable we become, the more natural it is, the more we do it with ease. And then at that point, the more likely we are to do it. But it's got to start off now, and it's got to be consistent over time. That's the biggest thing. If you're in a position where you feel like I could help you with your business, guiding you through, visit sellingcoaching.com under the Work With Me page. Fill out the form at the bottom of the page. I'll follow up with you. We can create a relaxed conversation, and we can decide where to go from there. Thanks, everyone.